you have to trust me fully to know what I am doing, because that is why I'm here. And you've seen what I've done so far. So just please trust it, and let's move forward from there. And if there is going to be that trust barrier, then we might have to talk about some other avenues or another ways. We might have to split part C. So like we might have to part the C, and I'm gonna go on. That junk's gonna close up. I'm gonna be on that side. You're gonna be on that side, and then that's it. It is what it is. Because
what a violent analogy. You done fled Egypt.
When you start bleeding, you start bleeding through. You start thinking of stuff. You're just like, I just don't get it. I just don't get it.
Boy, you out here trying to get to the promised land.
Boy,
complaining, murmuring forever.
What do I need to do to help you get to this next level?
I feel like you can point me northeast, southwest. As I was saying, I was like, I don't know my answer, so I need to think. No, I was like,
welcome to C2C podcast, where we touch on and break down elements of creativity in its many forms. I am your host, Darius Murphy, and this is our other host,
Darius Murphy.
That is
Isaiah Curry, aka Nomad, coming at you live and direct.
Yeah. So, yeah, back with another one.
Yes, sir.
Back with another one.
Yes, sir.
Season 2. You've seen a few episodes. Hopefully you guys have been following us. If you haven't seen the first season, make sure you go back. We're going to be referencing a lot of people from season 1, or we already have. So just go back and check out season 1 if you haven't. Until then, enjoy the content.
Are we going to have that event or not?
Yes. I was thinking about that. I don't get that Fiji.
Yeah. Look at that.
Nope.
I'm just saying.
But yeah, I was thinking about that the other day, doing the live into season 2. And I think we can do that.
Still?
Yeah. I still think it's feasible.
Well, we got 3 episodes, so 3 weeks.
That's 3 weeks, a month to plan it. Yeah. Which I don't think it'll be
2 episodes because it's Tuesday.
Oh, well, yeah. So 2 weeks and a few days.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think it's hard. So, I mean, we have the seating that we're going to do, and we already have that set number. And then the rest is just standing space. And so it'll be cool. And then I'm thinking about hooking up Wirecast to this and literally just broadcasting it out from there.
Oh.
Yep.
You're talking live.
Live.
I was talking.
Just a live pre-recorded show?
Yeah.
What do y'all want? Y'all want a live show?
Yeah, I mean, this is kind of a redundant question.
Yeah, because
this
it'll
episode ain't going to be out.
It'll be past
a minute. This is probably going to be.
But regardless,
5 weeks from now.
Yeah. Regardless,
no, way further than that.
Yeah, way further, like 8. Yeah, it'll be about 8. Y'all let us know what y'all think about what we did opening up this season, and then we'll
adjust.
We'll adjust from there. Season 3, we'll go ahead and do the suggested requests.
The next one's going to be in RSU's basketball stadium. We're going to be in the center floor,
packed out.
Yeah,
packed house.
I can see it.
Talking thousands.
I can see it.
Yes, sir. I'm down for it.
Oh.
But anyways, let's what are we talking about today? Yeah, you got your keys out, information out.
If y'all want, I can pull out my social.
Nope. No? I had to bleep out your
phone number.
Yeah, phone number the last episode.
I don't even think I gave my real phone number.
You gave your real phone number. Right? Oh. You said it way too fast. You said it literally way too fast.
Yeah, I can still get the smoke. I don't know. I don't know. Beauty in creative personalities. That's it right there.
Yes, sir.
All right, further elaborate for those in the back that don't know.
So
AKA
in my
here we go with this freaking wire.
Here we go. We're gonna let him get situated.
I got it.
Okay, that was quick.
My leg's numb. I gotta get up. Go ahead and talk.
And so in my seasons of life, I have had the privilege of working with multiple creatives of multiple different personalities and multiple realms, whether that's music, video production, photography, actual artwork, painting, drawings, whatever it may be. I've worked with a lot of people, had the privilege of working with a lot of people, and the collabing with those different individuals has always what
I don't know what to do with my hands. I don't know what's happening.
It's not. We haven't been out the game that long, man.
It's been a month.
That's a month. You know how long
a month is cap? A month is cap. Has to be cap. No.
Yeah, it's about a month. It's been about a month. But again, y'all won't feel that effect. These will be popping out. Bop, bop, bop.
Bop, bop, bop.
Bop, bop, bop.
Bop, bop, bop. That's when they'll be coming out.
Bop, 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 bop. But yeah, so I've had the privilege of working with a lot of people, and the thing that always, it doesn't drive me crazy, but it's just figuring out the process of working with other people with different personalities. So like, for example, with me, you probably won't hear a word from me if like we're collabing on a project or something. Probably won't hear a word from me the whole time, because how I'm wired is I process a whole lot of stuff at one time. So a lot of things are coming at me, and the way my creative mind works is I'm taking this information and I'm figuring out, okay, I'm literally process of elimination like the whole time, like taking this information and taking this over here, and I'm like, okay, this won't work with this, but I can piece this over here and we can make this huge project work because of this whole thing or whatever, after I've thought about it. And then at the end, I'll start creating in that process. And once I'm creating in that process, I'm like, this is what I got. And then the whole time, which I found it to be a downfall in some points or some projects, it depends on the project, but I found it to be like harmful in the whole overall project, because it's like, they don't know what I'm doing over here. Yeah. So I can get far enough in the whole thing and I can have it pretty much outlined in everything.
Yeah.
But whenever it comes to us,
lip keeps dragging across this. Sorry. Bro, when you watch this back, you're gonna see it.
So
you're
you
gonna
just
be
keep
like,
on
oh
grazing
it. Yeah.
That's wild.
And I'm thinking about Corey was on this mic, Dontre was on
everybody that's on it.
I'm gonna get a bump.
I'm getting a bump. You saying they got a bump?
Not saying they don't.
I'm not saying they do, but I'm definitely not around saying them. They don't.
Yeah, I don't know how that medication works.
That's funny. But yeah, no. So, but yeah, giving them that whole big project, and then they're like, "Wait, like we already went this direction," and so that's caused issues in projects that I've been a part of, where I figured out that I need to communicate based off of their relation or their personalities. And I'm just like, so like with Dontre is an external thinker, processor, and everything. Like he's going to say what comes to his mind when it comes to his mind, where I'm not like that. That literally, as they're expressing, which it also works, because as they're expressing, I'm taking those ideas. Like I was saying earlier, I'm just taking those ideas and I'm adding them to the whole overall big picture, but they don't know that. And so I've realized that I've had to kind of slow down, take it, rewind, and be like, okay, look, this is the part that I'm on. What do you guys think about this? And so how do you process things? Are you I know you're a processor. Like you like to take about a good 30 seconds to a minute to even form a sentence at times. So how do you process things whenever you're working with a creative team? Or how do you work with creative teams at all? Do you enjoy it? Like I know some people don't enjoy it. Like I initially never enjoyed it until I realized I gained life from that.
I like creating stuff.
Yeah.
Sure. I like the feeling I get from creating stuff. Working with people, though, on a creative project, I don't think I have done.
Okay, so let's take that into an example then. If someone's bringing you in on a album, like, and they're like, I absolutely have nothing, no song list, no music, no nothing. Okay. I want you to be a part of this. Where do you start? What do you do?
Someone's psyche. Like that's me though. But I'm less of a, like if we're talking music, I would be less of a like a Dr. Dre or a Pharrell, and I'm more of a like Rick Rubin.
Okay.
Where I'm sitting there talking to you, and then through our conversation,
you start gaining the ideas and all that.
I mean, it's a mix between me, but what I'm trying to focus on is the person that's coming to me, getting them to see what they want. It's not about
okay, that's good.
It's not about what I'm wanting or what I see, because whatever you feel is going to be more pure than what I can suggest.
And do you think that's the value that you bring to a project, is getting people to see what they actually want? Because a lot of the times what I've come to realize is whenever people are asking, and I had a hard time with it initially, but whenever people are asking me to be a part of a project, they're wanting me for what I have, my value that I bring to them. So like whether that is my creative mind, my the finished piece, whatever it is, they're wanting that from me. And so
you said the finished piece?
My finished overall product, yes, in that project.
So okay.
Yeah. And so, where do you think when people are like, Isaiah, I need your help in this project. This is what this is what I'm doing, and I want you to be a part of this. What do you think people are asking?
I don't know. I mean, we're working off of hypotheticals because because
you haven't been a part of.
Not that I can think of. Like the closest was, like I have a song credit for Gabe's. I realized I'm the guy who's always wrong. Never the first and only single that he has, if I'm correct.
We the one. We are the one.
That's it.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I don't remember even touching that song. They swear up and down that I did it. I'm like, bro, there's no shot I did it. I don't remember a single thing.
That's interesting. And I've had people do that in a similar case to where it's like, bro, this happened because of you. And I'm like, bro, I didn't do nothing. Like, I'm just here. I'm like, and so but I also think that that's part of the value thing. It's just like you being here. And even if you're not saying the most, like the things that you bring to us helps us out and helps us develop whatever we're developing.
Yeah. Well, okay. So then I say that and I'm like, well, I actually have recorded with Gabe. Gabe's the only person I've recorded with. I haven't never done
you can't be reading.
Well, it was Full Sail email. Oh, by the way,
what?
I don't get a check because it does go towards my scholarship.
It goes towards it.
Yes.
I was about to say you can easily change it, but you do your thing.
No, because if I get the check, I lose a scholarship.
Oh, you lose it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's tough.
Yeah, but
overall, in the end, you'll be paying a lot less. So.
Yeah, and they said this is. Whatever.
Tangent. Definitely a tangent. We apologize.
I'll get back on track. Just give me a second.
Y'all came to me and said, hey, why y'all going so many tangents? That's because that's us.
Yeah.
That's us. That's what we do.
Number one, this is a conversation, okay? All right? And the conversation does not stick to just this, whatever we intended this episode to be. Life. And the thing is, I'm forgetful. So if I don't say it now, I'll forget it later.
Yeah, he is.
But yeah, so.
See, there it is right there.
Thanks.
Thanks.
Bro, put me back on track. Finances. I'm talking about that.
Oh, yeah, you were talking about that.
My stuff doesn't go towards. Oh, I can't get the check because it goes to my scholarship. Whatever. Skip that. Back on track. So I worked with Gabe. Some of my favorites. Well. Because you said, what would I be adding? I don't know.
What value?
That's a weird question.
It's not a weird. That's
a weird question.
It's a deep question. It's for sure a deep one that you have to like dive deep into and actually process and think about. But because that's something that I even had to do, and I'm still doing it. Like I couldn't even answer you right now directly with that. Like, what do I bring to a project?
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
With Gabe, he wants the best product that he can get possible. And he knows that I'm hypercritical.
100%.
But constructive.
Obviously. I agree. There's nothing that's done out of malice or anything like that. No. It's done out of the goodness of your heart, for sure.
And if you take it that way, that's just because I said something wrong.
But that's not your heart.
No.
That's never your heart.
But if you just ask me, then I can clarify it, and then we'll be on the same page. But I know that that's an aspect of it, and like my attention to detail, for
sure,
for the creative side of things, or like I just enjoy making everything artistic.
Yeah.
And so that is me working with Gabe. But then if you switch the personality type and you give me a Kendrick who is a perfectionist.
Yeah.
I don't know what that dynamic looks like then, because then he's looking for something else at that point.
I think that it would still be, especially that, like, that's why I love you as a person, just because of the realness and the rawness that you get from you. Like, I never have to guess. Like, I know if something's like on track or not. Like, as long as you're here alongside the project, like yeah. I know for sure. And so I think anyone that brings you in, they will get that aspect of it. And like, even if they don't want to hear it, like, they could think that it's the best thing, and you will end up being like, hey, actually, that's not it. I mean, you might say some other stuff, but you're like, hey, that ain't it.
I don't enjoy yes men.
Yeah, 100%.
They're more of a hindrance than they are.
And they are
a benefit.
Now, and I think there's a difference between yes men and hype men, because you have like the teamites that are always on board with what you're doing, but they won't say that. They won't directly be like, nah, that ain't it. Like, over time, and then you'll be like, bro, you could have told me that in the beginning. Like, you should have told me that we could have made all these adjustments to make this where it is or where it needs to be, or versus them waiting and then you actually doing whatever they were saying back then. And then you're like, why couldn't you have just been clear? Where with you don't get that. Like, you're day one, the second it happens, you're like, oh no, that's stupid. That's dumb. You can't do that.
Yeah.
You can't do it. So I really think that that's the value. That's for sure 100% aspect of value that we get from Isaiah, is the fact that we get you. Like, we just get you, the realness, the rawness, and we never have to guess. And that's a tremendous aspect to have in a personality.
Well, thank you.
Yes, sir.
Little do y'all know, I have a hard time accepting compliments, but I'm working on it.
He is working on it.
Yeah. So I was talking to Kendrick prior to coming here, and one of the things we were talking about was just how I was mentally for like the last 2 weeks. I was in a little dark state in my mind mentally, and yesterday I woke up happy as a clam, just listening to. It was Black Eyed Peas. That's what it was. I thought it was the Lord. Could you imagine? No, yeah. I woke up, turned on Spotify, Black Eyed Peas playing. I started jamming out. It felt nostalgic. I was like, oh, today's good.
It's a good day.
But which I don't listen to Black Eyed Peas.
Yeah.
But I am now. I got 4 songs on top of my playlist. Yeah. So in the conversation, as we were talking, I was like, oh, okay. I brought up the podcast because like there's certain things that I've seen in like the first. How many have we released right now? 5.
We're on 7, or we're on 6. So yes,
Friday's gonna be 6.
This Friday will be 6.
So season 1, episode 6. That's where we're at right now. I've seen all of them up to, well, I guess 5 technically, and I was telling him how there's certain, like, as someone who is critical of everyone, I critique people from what I view as a place of building up or a positive light. But when it comes to me, it's negative. But it wasn't until like I'm seeing myself in like these videos where I'm like, oh, I empathize for that guy. Like,
oh wow.
Like, it's just weird.
Wow.
It's weird. Like right now, Isaiah is just an anomaly. That's not a person.
Yeah.
But then I see myself talking, I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah, I agree with the direction he's speaking. I can see the lens that he's speaking through though, because I don't know if you know, or I don't know if you're like this, where like you can look at yourself at a certain like photo or video, and you're like, oh, this is the things I was going through.
100%. I do
the
that all the
conversations
time.
I had or whatever.
All the time.
So,
Yeah, I'll be looking at a photo and be like, man, you were broken right there. You were broke.
Yeah, sir.
Sheesh,
Yeah,
man, you
sir.
need some healing, man. Get some healing. Please get some healing.
I don't know why I was bringing any of that up.
Just talking about personalities and working. You actually looking at yourself in the previous episodes.
It had something to do with Kendrick. I don't know. Y'all are probably going to blow it up in the comments or come and tell us in person. Like, hey, man, this is what you were talking about. Like, well, I appreciate you for the future. I can't use you right now. Maybe if Landon was out here. Shout out Landon. Out here.
Shout out, man.
Giving us things to talk about on TikTok.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, what I would bring to a project. Who am I? Where would I create? It's just sometimes it's hard for me to figure out who I am.
I just don't know who I am.
Yeah, I have no idea why I went that direction. You had to have asked something that involved me talking about myself. Critical, hypercritical.
Yeah, no, I was just asking in general, what do you bring? What value do you feel yourself coming into a project? What do you feel like you bring to that project? Why are people coming out of their way and saying Isaiah when they're in relationship with a whole lot of other people, but they could have went to any of those people, but they're like, I want Isaiah. What value do you feel like why are they bringing you in?
I know why I said that because I have no idea. I don't know. I don't see myself. Like everyone else sees me. I don't see me. I know things that I can do. Yeah. But you bringing me into the podcast, I'm assuming it's because I think a certain way, but I don't know. If Gabe and Dontre wanted me to produce something of theirs, or they need help with something, I don't know what specifically you're wanting. I can assume, but I'm just like, bro, I'd do the same thing that y'all can do, just slightly differently. However, I do know that there's a organizational aspect with me, and I'm blunt. But that's in my head. That's all I see. Like those are Isaiah, organized, blunt, and then he can come up with random creative ideas if you need it. Don't know if they'll work, but I'm willing to try it.
Yeah, 100%.
Like, I don't know.
Yeah, no, that's good. I think I was gonna ask it in a different way to get you thinking in a different way, but it just slipped my mind. But yeah, no, I think that's one of the hardest things is for yourself, personality wise. Like it's like, what do I bring? And that's one thing that like I said, I still struggle with it to this day. I'm just like, why? Like there are some rooms that I'm in. I'm just like, why am I here? Like, why do y'all need me? But then I hear people vocalize like, you add value. And then I'm just like, okay, I've seen the fruit of that. I've seen the fruit of the value that I bring, but what is it about me that makes me valuable enough for you to need me in a room or desire me to be in a room or want me to be in a room? Yeah. That's one of those things that's like it's one of those mind-boggling things, and for sure something that you'll grow in over time, because I don't think that's something that and it might be for some people. Some people it might click. And shout out to y'all that it just clicks. Y'all might be able to help us out in that area, but it's just like why am I here? But I have grown to accept the fact that I do bring value to projects, to where normally I would feel like what is it, imposter syndrome or whatever. Like I would feel like that, like I don't deserve to be in this room. And that was part of me going to school to learn. So I didn't feel like I didn't know what I was talking about, even though I had the natural creative gift to do cinematography, photography, fashion, and all that other stuff. Like, even though I had the natural gift of doing that and I knew what I was doing, I could do it at a high level and high quality. I still self-doubted because I was like, I'm not qualified to be in this room talking about this right now. Especially whenever you have like a Daniel Schaefer over here, or you have a Freddie Robles over here, like that can literally break down exactly what they're doing, when they're doing it, and how they're doing it. It's like, why do you need me? And why? And then you hear those people talk about you, and you're like, for example, a few years ago, I did the ATI thing. We did basically like a mini documentary series, and I remember both Freddie and Daniel came up to me separate times, and they were like, "Bro, that's it. Like, you got it." And I was like, "What do I got? Tell me, please tell me what I got. Like, I don't know. I'm just doing what I do. Like, just please tell me what I got."
Yeah.
And over time, I realized, like, hey, just be settled in who you are. That stuff will come over time. And obviously, like I said, that kind of pushed me to go to school because I wanted to know how I was doing what I was doing and why I was doing the stuff that I was deciding to do, which like composition and all that other like exposure, all that type of stuff, like was natural to me. Like it makes sense for two people to be on this side of the frame and this side of the frame. And it made sense to my eye. It made sense to my eye for if it was going to be a dramatic scene or whatever, to light one person on one side very dimly, and the light cast a shadow and all the other. Like it made sense for me to do that stuff. But now I understand like the actual technical stuff, and that, like again, like I said, that's why I went to school for cinematography, because I was like, I want to know how, and I want to be able to train and teach people that are thinking or stuck in the place that I'm stuck at, or I was stuck at back then, so that they don't feel like that imposter syndrome or whatever it's called. And so, yeah.
So many thoughts just ran through my head. I'm trying to unclutter them.
Yeah.
Okay. So I, and this might be a bad thing, unhealthy. I don't know. We're gonna find out.
We're gonna find out.
Hopefully, we can be sponsored by BetterHelp, the online therapy service.
Oh Lord.
Burning bush, and then what was the last thing you said
about me helping people? The reason I went to school, because I wanted to.
Okay. I think I fall. Well, I don't know.
Hey.
Oh, you can come in.
You heard it now.
Thank you. That was my beautiful girlfriend.
Hey, shout out
Morgan.
Shout out.
Maybe by the time
we got both our women in here.
Amber's here?
I'm saying like in the podcast, like Amber came in. She was trying to sneak in, just like Morgan was just.
They didn't catch her though, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I'm glad she came in because that kind of put me back on track.
See what you do to him, Morgan? You put him right back on track.
Except for my voice, it just cracked.
Yikes.
Just
then. I was gonna let it go by, man.
Yeah. So Burning Bush, and then this other one. So remember Burning Bush.
Okay.
When it comes to people, because I am not around professionals.
Okay.
And I mean, I say that with the utmost respect.
Yeah, for sure.
But in your industry, sound, I'm going broad and saying sound.
Yeah.
I don't know a professional. But we have people around us that know how to make things work, but they don't know how the things work.
Yep.
With all due respect, a gift gets you so far.
I agree with that.
A honed gift is unmatched. And that's more so what I think I do. I just want to hone people's gifts, point them in the right directions of like where things are supposed to be, or where I feel things.
Yeah.
And that sounds weird where I feel, because it's not like that.
No, I feel what you're saying. I feel what you're saying. So is there a measure of you saying, I want to hold you accountable to your gift?
I refuse. I don't agree with being around people and saying like, we're doing life, we're friends, we're on a strong relationship, we're brothers or whatever, sure. And I cannot push you.
Yeah, 100%. That's real.
Like so everyone that's successful has a team. 100%. Everyone that's successful, someone within that team pushes them. If you're going to the gym, you have a coach of some sort or an accountability partner.
Yeah. I feel what you're saying.
You know what I mean?
You have a workout partner that's going to push you.
Yeah. And so if I see that you're doing business in a certain way, and I know, I just need to know a little bit. Mm. And I know if that doesn't line up with that little bit, I got to say something. Yeah. Because you're not looking in the right direction.
For sure.
I apply that to every lane, every aspect in life. But then to balance that out, I think where you say and this might just be lack of like me getting involved with a whole bunch of people in projects, where you say like you'll have Schaefer, Robles come up to you and say, "Oh, you got it," or "That's it," and I'm assuming your response is, "What do I have?" Like you meant that.
Yeah, that was real. Yeah.
Me, when someone tells me I got it, I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
Like I don't care. But I view that the same as like,
wow,
Moses in the burning bush. If I'm like, oh, the burning bush is what I'm supposed to be like focused on, and not where the burning bush came from. Yeah, then I'm getting distracted, or I'll put my identity, or like I want to focus on that and put my energy on that, and that's what I don't want to do.
Yeah.
However, to counteract that, when I am unhealthy, I mentally, I kind of want to I become critical in like a neutral way. It's still like, hey, this does need to change. Like it's the right direction.
Yeah.
The lens, the softness, the whatever is all twisted. And so that's just like I don't know. I hope that makes sense. That makes sense to me.
No, I get it. Yeah, no, that's you made a really, really, really good point. A really good point with that. Because even in me in that situation to where like people will come up and be like, "Hey, bro, hey, you got it." Like that is excellent. That's like I think there might be a sense of what you're saying.
But what you're saying is good too.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. I think there's a sense of what you're saying, and then I also think in me it's just like I want because I so desire for people that feel like it's impossible to get to where anyone is. Like, if they ever in their minds think, because that's where I was, like, oh, it's impossible for me to record my own video and make my own short film and do all this other stuff. Like, that's impossible. Like, if there are people out there like that, my heart is to be like, I want to get you to that place, or at least get you around the realm or sphere that you want to be around. And so whenever people say, bro, you got it, and my heart is literally crying, and I might even verbally say, like, what? Like, what are you talking about? Like, what do I got? Like, I am saying that to say, like, I need you to break down the elements that I do.
The elements
like,
of creativity in its many forms.
Yes, sir. I need you to break it down to me what it is that you're saying I have, because I am just being me. Like, whenever I'm creating something, I am just doing it out of who I am and what I feel tells the story through my lens, like through my eyes. Because I know there are people out there that think on the same track as me. And so if I can just reach those people with the stuff that I create, and then on top of that, you're telling me that this stuff is good, tell me what it is. Like, what is it that I got? Like, what do I have? It's like, so it's coming from that. It's coming from more of a place of like, help me understand. And my whole cry,
help me.
My whole cry from probably elementary all the way up to probably high school was like, what does this look like? Is this good? Is this good? Like, is this good? And if it's not, please tell me what's not good about it and what makes it not good and all this other stuff, because I want to know like how I can because I want to effectively, there's a part of me that wants to effectively tell a story or create a piece that tells a story in a clear way, or a way that gets you thinking to where you absolutely have to be fixated on this piece and literally tear it apart, something like a Jordan Peele, like to where you like you literally have to dissect it to understand what's going on, or like a Quentin Tarantino type of thing. Like you have to break it down.
Quentin Tarantino's like that?
Yeah, I mean, have you seen Pulp Fiction?
No,
you gotta watch it.
I've tried. It's like watching The Office.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. No way.
Yeah, no, because it's a long movie.
It is long,
and it's dry for the first. I've probably gotten maybe an hour, and I'm like, bro, it's like watching The Godfather. Yeah, but I heard it's like once you get to the end, that's where everything
clicks and everything. 100%.
I just need a day.
So I want to make pieces like that for people to start dissecting and all the other stuff. But I need your help. I need people's help, and I have literally sought that out. That's why I'm like, I want to be that person for other people that they can come to and be like, how does this look? And I'm just like, bro, that is really good. And they're like, why? Why is that good? Oh, okay, well, here's what I take from this. And that's all I really wanted from people. Like, here's what I take from this. When I see this piece, or when I see this photograph that you took, I'm seeing this, and this, which draws me in emotionally because the line, and like, I just want them to break it down. Why, what do you see when you're looking at this piece? Why are you saying this works? Why is this like, how do you feel? How does this piece make you feel? And so it's less of a personal gain and more of a, I just need your input so that I can understand where I'm at in my creative gift, so that whenever others come to me, I have something to share now. Like, not saying that I don't have anything to share currently, or in the position that I was in, but I can better break it down for other people if I have the knowledge. And again, like I said, that's why I went back to school, because I'm like, I need to learn. I don't know what I don't know. No one does. Like, you don't know what you don't know. And it is arrogant of you to be like, I don't need, like, I don't need the schooling. I don't need to learn anymore because I got it. It's like, there are very, very, very select few people that God has created that can literally make it to the top from nothing.
Yeah, the moment you say you got it, you lost it.
Yeah, 100%.
Like, you just lied to yourself.
100%.
That's not it.
And so that's my heart. My heart is to get to that place. And I know this whole thing was on personalities and everything, and then I'm sure we'll tie it back into that here in a second. But yeah, no, that's just where my heart is in those areas. And so I think my heart, whenever anyone's asking for me, and I'll tie it back into that. Whenever anyone's asking for me, I'm kind of like you. It's just like there's some points where I'm just still, and I might have said it earlier, but I'm just still like, I don't know why I'm in this room. I don't know why I'm in this room, but it's starting to translate over to where I'm just like, I'm just going to offer you what I have. If you don't like it, you don't like it. But I'm still in this room, so y'all got to hear me at least.
Sorry.
No, you're good.
I know that you said that you make stuff for a certain audience. What defines when you've made quality work or good work? Like, where is that coming from?
So I think right off the top, I think there's two aspects of that. There's two aspects in my head. I'm not saying this is law, but there are two aspects in my head. And one of those aspects are the actual quality. And so that goes along with the technical stuff, like lighting and
like stuff that you can grade on like a rubric.
100%. Okay. So like that's number one quality. And then the number two quality is my own personal thing. So like, have I effectively told something that, and I'm comfortable with what I've expressed in this piece or whatever. Like, and so if I get to an end of a project and I'm unsettled in my heart, then I'm just like, like, for example, like that first short film that I ever did with Dante and April. I love the story. I love the writing. I had just gotten into actual production with the actual, rubric type of measurement of quality. And I'm just like, oh, I could have did this so much better. And just making little tweaks like that. And so,
but that's you rushed because it was school, right?
100%. Yeah. And that we've never done anything like that. I only had a week to produce everything. I had to write it, produce it. And I mean, with that, given all that stuff, I'm just like, okay, given the time and all the other stuff. And then last minute, because I think Kendrick and Elizabeth were going to play those two roles.
Oh, yeah.
But they ended up, I had to switch it. And so Dante and April did a phenomenal job with the script in like a couple days. And literally took that thing and ran. And I'm just like, I love it. Yeah. And so there are aspects of it that I loved and aspects that I hated and I wanted to adjust. But what makes me think of, okay, that is quality is whenever at the end of it, even if people do not like it, I don't care if they don't like it. Like if they don't like it, so what? If in my heart, everything has been expressed how it needs to be expressed, and then the technical quality stuff is there, my heart's settled. Like that's A tier, that's S tier. That's 100% up there. Like no one can match what this piece is. Like you can imitate it or whatever. No one can match it though. And so it's just like, that's whenever it's like, that is quality for me. And so, and then there's aspects where it's just like I feel like I like to create, and I think this might be the case for a lot of creatives or whatever, but I just create things just to create them sometimes. Like I have 24 songs that I was just telling you the other day that, because you're like this year, and I was like, no, like here recently I just made 24 new songs. That I just make songs just to make them because I just have that burning to create in that area at that time. And so I just make a whole list of songs and create. And some of them might be quality, some of them might not be quality, but it's in other people's eyes. But to me, they're quality because I've expressed what I wanted to express in this piece. And it's hit all the areas that I wanted to hit in excellence. And so yeah, I think that's what makes a piece quality for me. Is there anything for you that's just like this ain't quality that I've done, or I wish I actually would have never started this? Because there's been times for me where I'm just like, I probably should have just never started this because I knew from the beginning I wasn't going to be able to give 100% to this.
Yes. The Christmas.
The
Christmas spoken word.
That what? The Christmas spoken word. Okay.
What are you thinking about?
I thought you were talking about that Christmas production that we did. That just brought up in my head. That was the actual first production I ever did. Oh. And that was cringe.
That's behind a paywall for sure.
100%. I got to take that down too because I saw it the other day and I was like, what is that?
This is it was a God thing for sure.
I was so proud of that though in that season.
Rightfully so.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, in all fairness, rightfully so for sure because I had no knowledge of anything at that point.
Yeah, it's the equivalent of like a kindergarten bringing home macaroni art.
100%.
like look what I did.
The parents have to be happy about it. And all the other stuff.
That's
put on
actually
the fridge.
Disrespectful to what it was.
I agree with the analogy for sure.
Yeah,
I agree with the analogy for sure for what it was.
Yeah,
in comparison.
I was just thinking about all the like. all the moments people in the background just cheesing in the camera,
people coming around the corner looking
straight in the camera,
all that stuff. And me as a director, I have to see that and cut immediately. We have to redo that scene.
Yeah,
that was a cringe.
None of us knowing lines.
Yeah,
like I mean, we got the script 2 weeks prior to shooting.
We had a round table reading, script reading, and everything. Remember upstairs at CCS?
Oh yeah,
we had that whole thing. I don't think we
no,
we weren't effective in that at all.
I think everyone was just taking it as a joke.
Yeah. I don't even think anyone thought we were going to actually do it. In all fairness, I don't know. I think there was along the line. There was that thought of we might do it, we might not do it. Who knows? We'll see. We're just gonna go with the flow with it.
Yeah. Yeah. The Christmas poem. What was it? 2023? No, we're 2023 right now. 2022. 2022. Yeah.
The spoken word.
Yeah.
I mess with that heavy, man.
I don't. For several reasons.
If I remember, we're gonna pop it up right here. We're gonna let that thing roll.
Yeah, it is what it is. You've heard of a story like mine.
You don't mess with that?
No.
What don't you mess with at that?
I had to write it in like a week.
Oh, you didn't have time?
Yeah, because Kendrick, I was told Kendrick was lead, and then that was right. He had the issues that happened in his family to where, rightfully so, he had to be away and be with his family. But when leads away with the direction of where they wanted it to go, no. Which he was lead, or was you? All of that was confusing. It was like the group was lead.
It was weird. Yeah, it was weird. It was like a group lead thing. We had different areas that we were leading for sure. So like mine was predominantly the production, the schedule, the timing, who was going to be there, who was not going to be there, all that stuff. Where his was more, and then all of us collectively were like throwing ideas on how it would look and sound and all that other stuff. And so
yeah,
it was a weird little dynamic. We had just merged also, so
I wanted so I had basically a week to just go off of a whim of the direction in which I'd be writing. But I like how we talked in the third episode, I think. Like if I can see all the pieces,
right.
I want to do everything in my ability 100%. To be glue.
Yeah.
On what I'm responsible for. But then I was not picturing the whole Christmas thing to be what it was, and
yeah.
But it is what it is. And so then the day before or 2 days before Christmas, still haven't recorded. And so then we record, and it's a rough record, and that's taken in that, now that's final product. I'm like, gosh, dang it, man. And so the first, which, I mean, whatever. Ideally, I would have made the gap between the first stanza and the second and make it make sense. Because as of right now, it's just a think piece. You have to assume.
Process it.
Yeah, you have to figure out, like,
I love
why.
I love work like that, though.
I do if it's intentional.
Yeah, it wasn't intentional.
No. Like, now it's like, I mean, it can be this.
Yeah, it could mean this, and it could be going this. Yeah.
Like, it works. But I don't like being rushed in anything that I do. Now, it's one thing if I'm rushing myself, but I don't like being rushed by others because that just messes me up mentally.
Yeah.
Which takes us back to golf. I hate just flip it entirely.
Literally go another direction. But yeah, no. Yeah. So and I guess no, because you weren't directly involved with that. Because I'm trying to tie it back into the personality thing, like working with other personalities. Do you need to work with other personalities that are similar to yours?
I don't think so.
Do they have to be contrary to yours? Does they have to be like completely opposite?
No.
I feel like I work best when it's in a group, they're completely opposite. But in order for it to work, that other person has to understand that I am completely opposite of their personality. If we don't have understanding that our personalities are different, that project will probably end up being dropped because it's like you're wanting an aspect of me that's not me, and we're spending a majority of our energy you're trying to make me understand what's going on instead of just understanding, okay, this person functions like this and he works best under these circumstances or, you know, this amount of work or whatever it is. And so with me understanding that, I need to tailor mine. And I'm going to do the same thing for you if I'm working.
Right.
Like, I'm going to understand that you do need to be communicated to. And so you need to know every step of the way, like a Kendrick. Like, you need to know every step of the way. So when we're working, you will be settled if I am telling you, hey, just drop this rough draft, check it out, give me feedback, and I'm going to make adjustments to it then, versus me doing the whole project and then saying, here it is, and him like, what the heck? And so yeah, I work best with people that are, and he is the opposite type of creative than I am. He is more administrative, systematic, organized type of thing, and I'm just more like, blah, here's everything, throwing everything out there. Here's all the ideas. I'm gonna take all these pieces. It looks like a mess, but I promise you I know what's going on. And I'm just gathering all this stuff together and I'm making this one big piece. And and so it's just like, I need that individual that is that, because I can literally throw out all my mess, throw out all the creative ideas and all the other stuff. And this person's going to be automatically, just because I understand who he is and all the other stuff, automatically, I'm going to throw this junk out. He's going to be like, okay, let me organize this, put this over here, put this over here, put this over here. All right, from week 1 or week 2, we're going to work on this, and this, because we need that first. And then week 2 to 3, we're going to work on this and all this other stuff. So I need that person, because I'm just like, because someone like Sterling will come up to me and be like, hey, when do you think we can get this done by? Me as a person, I'm literally gonna be like, shoot, we can knock this out in 30 minutes right now. Let's get the camera, let's do it.
I don't even gotta look at my schedule.
Literally, I'm like, shoot, I'm good right now. If you want to, we can literally record the whole thing. And they're like, wait, hold up, that's why I appreciate those type of people in my life, because it's like, they slow me down and make me think like, okay, are you actually free to do this stuff? Or actually, do you have the margin to do this, to complete this by this time? If not, that's okay. We can just schedule another time to do it. And because my whole big thing about creating is like, I don't want to let you down. I know what I can do. And if you're telling me something that I know I can do, immediately I'm like, I can get it done right then. But they're like, okay, I know you can do it, but what is feasible, like time wise? And then it's just like, okay, let me think. Yeah, you're right. I can't do it in 30 minutes, because in 30 minutes I got to take my kids to the doctor's appointment, and I got to do this and all this other stuff. And so yeah, I need those people that are opposite of me in the same creative realm, but they function opposite or contrary to how I function, because it just complements me so much better. And so that's why I was just like, I'm interested to know what types of people that or personalities that you work best with, or you feel, even if you haven't already, like you feel like you would work best with. I'll ask it that way. Who do you feel like you need whenever you're working, not talking about specific people, but personalities? Who do you feel like you need in order to move cohesively, smoothly through a project and it be done in excellence? What is that personality? You know you, though. You can't be like, I don't know, because you know you.
Well, is
that part of what you were saying earlier? Like, I don't.
In my head, wherever there's a lack, I pick up. But that also sounds like haughty.
I was about to be. No, I disagree with that, because I think you are like that. I think you are, because you can be super organized. And then if you need that super spontaneous creative, you also have that aspect to you. Like, I can just throw out ideas all day. Yeah. And so that you are a particular type of person. That's what I'm like.
I don't know. However, it's not the personality to me does not matter. My only requirement is that you're organized.
It's part of a personality, character trait.
I mean, that can fall under anyone, huh? Anyone besides like a 1 or a whatever, a
4. I'm a 4.
Oh, I mean, yeah. I don't know, but you're kind of controlled chaos.
Yeah, 100%. I agree with that.
Where I'm, it's doable, but when I don't know how to describe it. People that I can't work with are people that say something and then don't stick to what they're saying. Or like they'll put something on a schedule and then completely ignore the schedule, and then it's like, whoa. Well, I could have been home.
I absolutely love that aspect of you because you do not play about that type of stuff.
Yeah, like
oh, I'm out, bro.
I am dedicating my time to do something that we have a commonality in, that we both see that there's a need, and you are going to pick up your end.
I'm out.
Oh, yeah. I'll just go kill myself or something. Like what? I was gonna say something way worse.
I know. So I appreciate that.
I like that's the one. Like, or people like. But then again, I also feel like I leave room for people to mess up, and then when they do mess up, I'm like, all right, let's like not do it again. But if they don't admit like I'm wrong, I'm cutting ties. We're done.
Ties
we're
right
done.
there.
This is gonna be the last project. I'm not gonna do anything else until I see change from someone else.
Yeah,
I gotta hear it from someone else because I'm not gonna waste my time.
Yeah,
because my time is valuable. I don't care about my money.
Yeah,
money will come. My time is forever fleeting.
Yeah.
Personality. Is there one? Yeah, I don't think I've ran into. No.
Okay.
No.
What's a personality that you can't collab with? Are you saying that there is not one personality that I don't think we can create an excellent piece with from beginning to end?
One that's controlling.
Ooh.
Like that.
That's a good one.
That's probably number one or two. Like both of those are like my top.
Yeah.
Like if you're controlling, I can't breathe.
Yeah. See, that for me, that is my number one. And it's not in the aspect of like, I hate controlling type of people. Like it's not because of that. It's because my personality is so, I'm not about to overstep nobody and we're not about to have no problems. Like we're not like, it's so in that area that if someone is controlling and taking something, nothing will get done. At least how it's supposed to get done.
And then if we're talking Enneagram?
Yeah.
I feel like I said
Enneagram.
Way wrong.
Enneagram.
Okay. We'll just take that on the e-test. On the e-test. I'm naturally a challenger, so I want to take what is already done and add more to it.
For sure.
Or make it better, which I mean technically you don't have to add more to make something better. But if someone's like, no, this is how I want it, and it's like like there's not even a discussion.
Yeah.
It's just no. Okay. Like when I'm limited, that's it. If you limit me, but then that's not. I don't think that just sounds like a character flaw. Now it's one thing if there's like a discussion.
Character flaw on their end is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Sure.
Now if there's like a discussion and you're like, oh, I don't want to go that route, that's completely different than saying, no, we're just gonna do it this way.
Yeah.
Why? Because I want to do it this way.
That's so wild. I can't stand that answer. Why do you want to do it that way? I don't know. Just because that's what I wanted to do. Okay, well,
that's like, all right. But then, in school they're talking about the industry. We are to give the client what the client wants, which is like I have not experienced that yet, and so I don't. Well, like I have, but I haven't. Yeah, I haven't to that degree. And so I don't know how that's going to affect.
Yeah. So in school, right, it's our last month's class, we went through something similar to that, to where it's like, how do you negotiate with somebody and you're working on a project, or you're pitching something to them, or they've asked you to come into something, or they hired you to do something, whatever the case is, and they're just like, okay, this is what I want, but I absolutely don't want this to change. It's like, well, what if that is the absolute thing that needs to change?
Absolutely needs to
like,
change.
what if that is the thing that needs to change? Like, are we not? Well, absolutely don't change it. And so, like, we had to work around how we negotiate that and say it in another term or another way that ends up changing that straight away from the beginning. And so, but yeah, no, you mentioned that, and it literally just made me think about that. And so, yeah, but yeah, no, I can't stand that. It's where people are just like, oh yeah. The reason why I want this like this is just because that's just how I want it. It's like, okay, well, that don't make sense. and it's not. And then again, I think I said in this season's one of this season's episodes, and I was just like, why am I like? You don't need me then.
Yeah.
Like you don't need me here. Like, and
like,
I hate.
Why are you paying me?
Yeah. What are you paying me for?
What are you buying? Because it's not me.
Yeah, it's not me. Like, and if you wanted somebody that anyone can come in and just do what you say, like, even to the point, I've been in situations to the point where it's like I know what I'm doing from beginning to end of production of filming, whatever it may be. And I've had people say, okay, well, we need to adjust the lights right here and move the camera this way. And can we get a close up on this? And I'm just like, hold up. Hold up. You literally could have bought the camera equipment, the lighting. You literally could have done that and then hired your assistant or told your assistant while she's on the clock or he's on the clock to do what you're asking me to do, because that's what you're doing. You're using me as an assistant to set up your stuff. And it's like, I understand what I know, and I really appreciate your opinion on it. And we're going to try to get as close to what you want this project to look like. But you have to trust me to some degree. No, not to some degree. You have to trust me fully to know what I am doing, because that is why I'm here. And you've seen what I've done so far. So just please trust it, and let's move forward from there. And if there is going to be that trust barrier, then we might have to talk about some other avenues or another ways. We might have to split part C. So like we might have to part the C, and I'm gonna go on. That next gonna close up. I'm gonna be on that side. You're gonna be on that side, and then that's it. It is what it is. Because
what a violent analogy. You done fled Egypt.
When you start bleeding. You start bleeding through. You start thinking of stuff. And you're like, I just don't get it. I just don't get it.
Boy, you out here trying to get to the promised land.
Boy,
complaining and murmuring for forever.
But yeah, no, that stuff just it bugs me, because I'm just like, just please trust the people that you're saying that you trust in whatever process that is. Understand who you're hiring, who you're working with, and trust understand their personalities and work with them accordingly. And if you feel like you can't do that, there's a few options I got for you. You can either work on yourself personally, and do a lot of studying. I have my family even do this type of stuff, like to where I have like my mom and dad's taking the Enneagram test and also studying other people's personalities, because if I can communicate with you a totally different way once I understand how you receive communication. Yeah. Because if I'm talking to you a certain way, for example, like if I always bring up this analogy, but if I'm talking to Team I know I can be way more harsh in my words when talking to Team I.
Absolutely.
But if I'm talking to a Dallas, and I know if I say one thing that's a little bit off, like it crushes his whole. He's through for the rest of the month. And it's like he's down. He's down and out.
That's crazy.
And so it's like
Dallas, you ain't down for the rest of the. Well, maybe I don't know. Yeah, I doubt it, but I don't know.
No, that was a hyperbole, but he is for sure. He gets down on himself if someone talks harshly to him. Yeah. And so I understand that. So going in, if I'm working on a project with Dallas, and if he does something that's off, I understand that I can't be aggressive with my approach with him. I have to be like, hey, bro, I love that, John.
Yeah, you got to use Rise.
I had to use that Rise model, boy. I had to use that Rise. Reflect.
Inquire.
Yeah. Reflect, inquire.
Suggest. And then elevate.
Yeah. And so, yeah, I had to use that Rise model on somebody like Dallas. Be like, hey, bro, I really appreciate this because it looks like this. Yeah. But how about we try this? How about we go this direction? What do you think? What do you think about what I just said?
That was so funny. That changed me, though.
So, no, yeah, for sure.
No matter how corny it is.
Yeah, that helps you out a lot because it gives people, they don't recognize that you're actually like trying to fix what's going on. They don't recognize it as that. They literally see it as, oh, he likes what I did. Oh, let me hear what he's saying. Yeah. So they're actually listening to what the heck you're saying. But T-Mite, I can literally be like, bro, that sucks. You have got to stop it. That's stupid. And the T-Mite's response would be like, bro, I know, man. I know I shouldn't have done this, whatever. It's like, it's just easy. It's once you understand people's personalities, it becomes easier on both ends to where initially it would probably be harder for me to communicate with someone like Dallas, and it was like where I grew up an athlete. My dad being strict with like sports and practicing, waking up super early in the morning, going to practice every single day throughout school year and after during the summer. And so like I grew up with that harsh, like you got to get it done, you got to get it and all this other stuff. And so it's easy for me to communicate with Dallas like that. But once I understood how he functioned, it was a lot easier and I understood that rise model. It was a lot easier for me to be like, hey.
That rise. I completely forgot why you went on that spiel.
We were just talking about personalities.
Is it spiel?
Spill.
Spill feels right.
Spill? Like a SH? SHPIL?
Oh, SCH is what I...
SSCH.
Spill. Like schnapps.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure it out.
Just personalities. That's what we was talking about.
Because right before that... Egypt. Oh, that's what it was. Yeah. I like my brain does not wrap around the idea of I'm going to hire a professional in this area I know nothing about. And then I'm going to tell them how to do their job. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and hire this maid. Hey, maid, forget all the tools that you brought to do your job. I'm going to give you this toothbrush and a washcloth.
And I need everything clean, spick and span.
Yeah, and I want you to do the ceiling fan first and then work your way down.
And I need it all done by the time I get home.
Yeah, and expect it to be as clean as what they do. That's what they do.
Yeah.
Hey,
yeah.
Darius, I need you to shoot a video, but I need you to, like, not use lights.
Don't use lights. I don't want any lights. Okay.
Yeah.
Well.
Yeah. And then like, well, my God, this looks great. Actually, it doesn't. So
actually, it does not.
So if you will, go ahead and give me my check. Use your camera phone and get the same product.
Literally.
Just without the cuts.
Literally.
Graphics or something. Like, I don't know.
Literally.
That stuff's gross. But, where did you say you worked? Market
scale. All
right. When you were doing that work, was it that or no? Or was it like, hey, we have a product. This is what they need.
Okay.
And it is by industry code what we're wanting.
Okay, so going into market scale, I understood what I was getting into. So, and theirs is more of a, hey, every video is pretty much going to be like a copy and paste. You just have the creative freedom to make it whatever you need to make it within the parameters that they give. So like they gave you basically an outline of, hey, this is the video that we're doing. We're doing a 10-year anniversary for this individual. We need a 3-minute video. We don't want B-roll, or we do want B-roll. We do want background music. We do want and so
they're specific like that.
Yeah.
Oh, so your job's just easy.
Yeah, and so all it was for me was it gave me it basically lifted off a weight to or time for me to be able to where I would be spending on trying to figure out do they want music? Do they not want music? B-roll? What do they want? And so. They would even get down to like, here is the B-roll that we want you to use, or these are the types of stock footage that we want in this. Don't use this stock footage, but go and find some stock footage. And so I absolutely loved how the system of it, even though the communication wasn't the best, isn't the best. I haven't worked for them for a long time, but so I might change. I'm still on their staff, but I
don't know how that works.
Yeah, they just ain't. I'm still there. but anyway, so yeah, I absolutely loved how the system and the layout of it. Everything was super clear, and I knew what I needed to do. The only issue that I did have was whenever they're like, you have creative freedom, you take that liberty and you create something that you would love, and then they were like, except for that. It's like, oh, golly, like, yeah, you're like, you say I have creative freedom, so this is what I did, and then you're like, oh, that is actually what we didn't want, and you're like, okay, well, that's probably something you probably should have said, like, so I don't have total creative liberty, but there was less controlling, like, there was absolutely no controlling of any sense. If anything, they were helping me get through projects faster because I thought my worth financially, my worth financially was depicted by my time spent on a project. So like if I spend 4 hours on one video, then I felt like, okay, I need to be paid a lot more. Where they were just like, no. You speed up. You need to speed up. Really, that's what they were saying. Like, nah, speed up right now, or else we're gonna fire you because we're not gonna pay you all this money to make 4-minute videos for these people. One video a day. We're not gonna pay you all that money. And so it's just like they're like, speed up. And then they helped me. They didn't just tell me to speed up. They helped me kind of understand how to speed up while keeping the same creative elements to what I was doing. So I was like, all right, first initial thing, you just need to cut everything that you're going to cut. Once you're done with that, you need to do or color grade. Then you do your cut. And then once the cut's done, whatever B-rolls they want, add that. Make a quick rough cut within 30 minutes and send it to them. And I'm like, okay. So I did that, sent it to them, got the feedback back. And then that's once I got the second draft, I was able to get more creative and be like, okay, these are the elements that I want. So I sent it knowing that it's probably going to be sent back to me. And that's what they were saying. Like, it's okay. Like, we're not judging you based off of them, sending it back to you, because a lot of people don't really even know what they want. And so just do a basic cut, basic color correction of their graphics, overlays, whatever they want, send it to them. And then once you get it back, then you go crazy, do your thing on it, whatever. And so yeah, they helped me out in a lot of different areas. Definitely wasn't controlling. And they wanted to hear from us. That's what I really appreciated. They wanted to hear. So shout out Market Scale. Shout out to you guys. Love the team. If I remembered y'all's names, I would shout y'all out individually, but I forgot my team lead's name. So.
Yeah, I'll definitely touch back in on this topic whenever I do a project and I have to. What is that?
Collaborate.
Bingo. Like, I have to give them my stuff, and then they send it back. Because I'm sure at some point my stuff's going to be changed. I don't know what that feels like.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, this is good. And I give it to them, give it back, and there's probably like a skeleton of what I did. I'm like,
yeah. Ooh, that's interesting. Like, I never even thought about that for you. Like, you probably have never had that.
Oh.
That's interesting.
No, it might kill me.
It might actually kill me. It might kill me.
But I'm sure if God is as consistent as he's always been in my life, that'll definitely be a thing, and it'll be very humbling for me.
I think that's always good. Yeah. That is always good for anybody. I don't care what kind of personality you have. That is always good.
Yeah, I'm going to forget in the future, though, and it's going to hurt.
It's going to hurt.
I'm not going to have the same stance.
It hurt. So my initial stuff, my interview was I had to take a legit huge company and make a commercial for them, send it into them. And initially they were...
Oh, was that the...
that was the...
not Lionsgate. Pixar...
No. I'm talking about for Market Scale. That was for school.
Okay, gotcha.
The Pixar thing was for school. This is for it was for Evo something. It was an electric car company or electric charging station company or whatever.
Okay.
But they
probably something huge right now. We don't know.
Yeah, literally. But it was dope because it was an actual legit company based out of Canada, and I sent my stuff into them, and Excel, shout out Excel. He told me off the rip, he's like, they're gonna rip you apart. He said, but it's part of the test. He said, so don't get offended, don't get all this other stuff. He said, I've seen your work, you do good stuff. He said, just turn it in, take the critique, and just move on. Whatever they tell you to adjust, make the adjustments.
Could you imagine he didn't give you that heads up?
Oh, I literally would have been crushed, and I probably would have said something back to him. I probably would have.
Y'all don't even understand. I got a bachelor's degree.
Literally. But yeah, no. And so I sent it to him. I get it back, and they're literally like picking junk apart, and I'm just like, hold up. Like, that stuff, like that video looks a lot better than obviously the raw footage that you sent me. It looks way better. It looks really good, actually. And I made it make sense. I made the storyline make sense. I made the commercial make sense. I made everything made sense. The color grade was perfect.
So was it a BS video?
No. It was
was real?
Yeah, it was legit. Okay. Like, they recorded that for commercial, for their use of advertisement and stuff.
And so who critiqued? Was it shout out Dontre? Dontre, go ahead. Oh, watch out for the cord now. They're not gonna be able to see you that far.
Yeah, there he is.
Oh, yeah, there's a hand.
No,
we don't hear anything.
Yeah, we don't hear nothing.
No, you wouldn't want to. There's stains in it anyways. Oh boy,
it's probably him.
You can't do it. No, I'm sure we're wrapping up soon.
We're about to be done. Yeah, we're literally done. I have to go. I have to be at
All
CCS
right.
at 6.
This boy got a boo boo.
So what?
Oh yeah. So is it market scale? Are they the ones tearing you apart, or was
it was
Evo?
market scale.
Oh,
it was market scale.
I'm over here thinking it's Evo.
No.
I'm like, that's crazy. They're over here.
We don't know what he's doing. Sorry, y'all, for the silence. He's gonna go in there anyways.
Why don't you just use the women's? What?
Oh my god. So anyways, but yeah, no, it was market scale. The company that was hiring me, that was part of my interview process, was to take that and make a commercial for them and then send it back to market scale, because they were basically the hub that companies used in order to get their content created and then sent back to them. And so that's what it was. And I got my junk back, and they were picking that junk apart, and I was like, hold up, that's not like. There were some aspects I wanted to challenge them. Like they're like, you're underexposed in this area, and you need to turn and you're not saturated enough, and this and that. I was like, I'm looking at my my graphs, and that's perfect. I'm like right online, like exposure wise, like. So you can't tell me that. But no, I didn't go that direction. I was just like, oh, yeah, for sure. I took it back. I heightened it however they wanted me to heighten it, even if it didn't feel right to me. And yeah, I sent it back to them. And then they end up telling me, yeah, this was just, don't mind the critique. We just wanted to see how you would handle it, this and that. And I was just like, okay, solid, which obviously Excel warned me about that. But he was like, they're just going to want to see how you handle critique, because everybody that you do a video for is going to send critiques, and you're going to have to readjust and all that other stuff. And they just want to see how you're going to handle it.
So that translated very well then into CSCSO.
For sure. And I've never worked, which obviously with market scale, that's what I did, is worked hand in hand with marketers. And so, they set out and so they set out the scale exactly how they wanted it, and if it didn't look how they wanted it, the only difference is with CSCSO is the fact that they're new to what they're doing now in this area, and so there is no canvas, or the canvas is empty, it is blank, and so with no one knowing necessarily what it looks like, it's kind of up in the air, and with it being up in the air, it's just like. Whenever you're saying this to me, it's like, bruh, we got a blank canvas.
Let it be what it is.
Yeah, let's see what comes from this or whatever. Which the collab has been really good and really healthy. And I really appreciate those people that are working on that project, or working, like Tyler and Heather. Yeah. I really appreciate them, because, I mean, they work in a professional manner. They carry themselves in a professional manner. They communicate in a professional manner at times, but
I don't know.
Yeah, and so, well, my first initial encounter with Tyler was a little wild, because it was along the same lines of what Market Scale did with me.
Oh, yeah.
And they were just like, he was just like this, and I was literally like, hold up, that's not. This is because of this. This is because of this. I don't even have this, so this is why this isn't there, and this and all this other stuff. And then he himself, and that's crazy that Market Scale basically said the same exact, or he said the same thing as Market Scale, which was almost identical. And he was just like, I was just testing you, seeing how our communication would work, and see if you knew what you were talking about, and this and that. And I was like, don't test me, man. Don't test me.
Do you think you would have passed that without the Market Scale? Without, like, no shot.
That's a good question.
No shot.
My personality does not. Confrontation isn't my first go-to. Standing up for myself is, but I don't know how I don't think it would have looked the same. But I also don't think it would have been confrontational either.
Right.
But it definitely wouldn't have looked the same. I probably would have asked him a lot more questions than answering what he said and then explaining. I probably would have asked him a lot more questions and been a lot more unprofessional with it, probably. I probably would have been a lot more unprofessional with it and been like, well, why do you think that needs to be like that then? Well, because if you do it like that, then, like it would have been more like shots thrown type of thing versus like a let's get to a point.
Well, I would love to see what you do.
Yeah, I would love to see what you would do with that, something like that.
That's funny.
But yeah, no, I think that wraps it up for this.
I was about to say
this episode
because I just got an invisible thing in my eye. You know, one of them little things,
the floater things
that you don't see until it's in your eye.
Yeah, 100%.
Yep. 100%. So we gotta do this.
All right, y'all. Well, let's see if this thing works off rip.
Oh,
it doesn't. Why does it never?
I'm under pressure.
Hey, why does this never work for me?
Let's see if I'm connected to it. Oh, there
it is. Yeah. All right, y'all. Hey, we out of here, baby.
Yeah, hey, don't forget, like, subscribe, share, hit the bell.
Yes, sir.
For any new episodes that come out. And don't be afraid. Comment down below any further topics.
We got Forrest Whitaker eye.
Boy, I say further topics. Hey, man, y'all get it.
All right, we out of here.
Stressing, trying to give out all that I can pour. I know you need me in your life, but I can see you're sore. I'm ready to jump ship, but I'll leave that up to last resort. I want you now, but I know that feeling won't last forever. Really trying to fight back, but my mind is changing like the matter. I know this feeling is real, just like the day I met you. But I know that leads to let down, so I'll just catch you.